The takeaway sets the entire swing in motion, and most golfers get this wrong without even realizing it. Today, I'm going to show you the precise positions and movements that elite players never compromise on. Follow this correctly and your swing path, club face control and consistency will improve immediately. Let's build your takeaway properly. During my weekly lives, I have a lot of golfers ask me what my little preset drill is here before I take the golf club away. And what is it doing to my golf swing? Well, today I'm going to share with you a vital component of my personal takeaway feels that allow me to get the club set in the backswing, loaded in the downswing, that allows me to hit shots very similar to that on a repeatable basis. This is crucial. Takeaway is one of the hardest parts of the golf swing because you're taking a golf club from a static position to a dynamic movement. That is tricky, and I see it all of the time with my in-person coaching clients and my remote coaching clients on Skillist. How do we get the golf club moving away? Well, that's quite tricky because we've got a heavy end and we've got a light end. And when those two are opposing each other, it's so easy to get out of sequence before we even get the golf club moving. Think about it. When you're trying to hit a driver, and this takeaway drill is crucial for driver, when you're trying to hit a driver, you're trying to create a lot of speed down at the strike. It's natural. You're trying to hit the ball a long way. Not so bad when you're hitting a wedge, not so bad when you're trying to hit a 7-iron, but when you're trying to hit a driver and you're trying to pull that golf club away quickly, it's so easy for the light end to move too quickly. We need to preload the golf club. We need to preload our body. Take the strain. It is crucial so that when you then start to get this golf club moving away, all of a sudden everything moves away together. But it's not a one-piece takeaway. Garbage. One-piece takeaway is something that makes you feel like your arms, your club are not doing anything. And that is not the case. We need to load this golf club, we need to set this golf club, and we need to start to fire up that backswing that's going to give us a dynamic downswing. So, how do we do it? If you've watched enough of my content, you will have seen these wedges. Now, these wedges, you can find them on my store. The link is on the bottom of the screen there. Now, this wedge here, I'm going to point it towards the target. And what this is going to allow me to feel is an uplift of the club head. Yes, that's right, an uplift of the club head. Because what happens with so many golfers in an effort to get the club head out in front of their hands, what happens is that the arms move away from the body. And what we actually want is the arm, the lead arm to actually move inside. Because as soon as I start moving that right hip and that right shoulder, this lead hand should always move inside. And when that hand moves inside, the fear that everybody has, because they've been instructed to have a one-piece takeaway, garbage, a one-piece takeaway which makes the golfer feel like the club head and the hands are going to pull the club head inside because that's what they see as the issue. All of a sudden, when you have a wedge that's in front of the golf ball, and we do these wedges in packs of 3, we have a really thick wedge like so, and then we get 2 of these thinner wedges. I want you to use the really thick wedge for this drill. And it then allows you to feel the difference between the lead hand staying underneath the golfer's chest and allowing the club head to rise up the wedge. Now all of a sudden, getting the club head to rise up the wedge allows you to feel some set of the golf club, and I hear it all of the time, Stuart. In fact, I had it on a live that I did on Precision Golf's channel, asking me what's the set, when do I set the golf club on the way back? when you load the golf club on the way back, lifting this club head up as you're moving this lead hand in, all of a sudden starts to get the club head out in front of the grip, but yet the lead hand has moved inside, which has now given me the opportunity to keep the pressure on the golf club underneath me, which absolutely keeps me in posture. And from there, all of a sudden, I can start to deliver the golf club with some angle of attack and some path line. Of course, TrackMan can't see the club head because I've got the wedge in front of it, but I'll take that away in a moment. So as I start to get the club head to rise up this wedge, and I get my grip to stay underneath my chest, all of a sudden it allows me to move the golf club appropriately in delivery. TrackMan got that one. That's a misreading. I'm going to do that again and take the wedge away this time. Put the club down, there's the club head up the wedge, and I move through. Now have a look at the angle of attack, the path line and the face to path. TrackMan got a little bit confused because the wedge was there. I now take the TheraBand. Again, you can find this on my channel. This is the sensation that I'm feeling with my lead hand. I'm pushing on the band. I'm moving my right hip back. There's the pressure part on the grip that allows it to play off the right hand, the trail hand, that now allows the club head to rise up the wedge. Those are the sensations that are going on in my backswing. Let me just straighten the collar out. So now as we move that grip down and I now start to prop that head up, you get to see there's the set of the golf club that's going on through the grip that the wedge now really executes for you and gives you a clear way of feeling how that golf club moves away. A clear sensation that if you were to lift the grip up and keep the club head low, all of a sudden the club head would move into that wedge, of course. So moving the grip down, lifting the club head up, all of a sudden gets that golf club starting in the correct manner. Now that absolutely sets you up for your backswing. Again, you can see there was a misread there for TrackMan. You can see that absolutely brings the club head up. Now I've got load in my shoulders, I've got the grip underneath me that allows me to now get that arm lift and start to move it into the spot at the top of the backswing that allows that load that you can find in this video on the way down that's going to change your dynamics into the golf ball. Hopefully that little wedge there is giving you a nice sensation of how to take that golf club away, load your pivot, get the set working, and stop that club swinging inside.
Are you tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves? Head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves tried and trusted by elite amateurs and tour players alike. Enter my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out, you won't be disappointed.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found that helpful, do drop a comment in the box below. And that one.